Dave, welcome to the podcast.
Yay! We're here. I made it.
You made
Dave. I woke up this morning in Rockbridge, Missouri.
Okay.
You guys, and I say you guys because I assume more people besides you are listening, but most of you guys, probably all you guys, would have loved this trip more than I did. It was a work trip, but it was paid for by a company we buy stuff from. They're trying to keep our business, so they took like 5 of us, and there were 3 of them, and we went to Rockbridge, Missouri. It was a trout farm, so there was lots of trout fishing. There was some sport clay shooting.
All right.
There was some good food and lots and lots and lots of alcohol, which, me, I didn't really mess with that. But one of our managers in a different region started off yesterday morning with 2 Bloody Marys and just kept going throughout the day to the point where I'm pretty sure at one point he was casting his line into the woods and thought it was the river and was wondering why he wasn't catching trout. All right, Kurt, you almost got one. But yeah, so that was it was like, a long way to go on Sunday and then Monday morning. And then we got, so a day and a half. I wasn't very good at fishing and I wasn't very good at sport clay shooting, but I had a good time.
All right.
And I brought back, even though I only caught 3 fish and other people our group caught like 107 and I caught 3 because I took a lot of time off. I liked hunting through just looking around for stuff, and I wasn't really had the patience for fishing. But I brought back 15 fillets, so we're going to be eating trout for a while.
Nice. I was going to say, were you looking for Frisbee golf discs, and then you realized that there's none there?
There was none there. There was definitely none. So,
hey, those round discs aren't Frisbees, and you should probably stay away from that area.
Well, my shotgun stayed away from them plenty. So. Okay. That was hard.
Yeah.
Like I've done the ones where you at Elk Creek where you kind of go station to station and then you watch somebody do it. But this one you're all in a line and you just take turns shooting from different, they tell you what's coming 1 and 5 and you're like, it's just different. And you didn't get to practice, see anybody do it.
Did you do it at the Man Up Camp Out when we did that?
I never went to those. So
you never?
I suck. Yeah, no.
I don't know why. I thought you went once.
No, I never did go. No.
Yeah.
I've only been to the Elk Creek a few times, so that's the only, and I haven't really shot. So yeah. So
I mean, Ed, who's probably not ever going to listen to the podcast, but is in the league. Ed ran that for us, so he's really good at gun safety and kind of setting people up for that.
Oh yeah, I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah, safety. Yeah.
But anyway, back to football. I don't know about you, but I kind of missed the draft.
Yeah.
Wasn't the draft great?
You'd like a do-over?
We hung out. One thing I like about the draft, and tell me if you think I'm wrong, is that a lot of you guys know each other from way long ago. So you tell the greatest stories. So when you get, get together and you just kind of reminisce and stuff, and people like me that weren't there get to hear it. Like the story you told of how you guys used to play wiffle ball against the dirties that lived in the cornfields, the dirty bright kids.
Yeah.
And so when you play, you always wanted to beat them. So you're fast. So you were always, the 1 hole. I believe if I remember this right, Rademacher was real, dependable. So he was the 2 hole. Rennie, he was savvy, real savvy and smart with baseball and wiffle ball stuff. So he was always the 3 hole. And then Junior, he was always the 8 hole.
Oh, yeah.
See where I'm going with that?
I got it. I did. Did Lee send that in to you?
So Junior 8 hole. Oh, no, sorry.
Did Lee send
I'll tell you later, Junior.
Yeah.
So I'm a little, I didn't win. But I got beat by one of the 2 guys that scored over 100. So I don't know. I'm kind of half okay with my team and half really disappointed. But
yeah,
we can get into that.
Let me jump in because you would think that this is our 3rd season doing this, Dave.
I think so.
Yeah. And you would think that we'd have our stuff together and people probably think that we talk daily, just kind of content and everything. But this may be the first time you've heard this season. And so I'm kind of springing it on you. Are you ready to present the week 1 Miller Time Team of the Week?
Oh, dang, I totally forgot about that. And I forgot about the top 10 too until like 2 minutes ago that you reminded me.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I think it'll be easy this week.
Okay.
I'm gonna no-brainer right out of the gate, high point winner, Josh Rademacher. We'll go there. We'll keep it easy.
All right. Yeah. I mean, he deserves it.
Oh, yeah.
Way to go. I mean, $10 and he got off to a great start. He's got, you look down at his roster and you see a lot of potential for doing that again.
I mean, Tua Hill totally worked.
I kind of forgot.
And I thought going in,
I forgot how much fun it was watching those two. I was like, oh crap, that was my team last year.
Yeah.
Why didn't I do that again?
And I was a little disappointed, and not that it was Rennie's fault, but he had a lot of players left for Saturday and Monday, and it just was not.
It's funny. It's like you never
didn't pan out.
I never want all my players to be done on Sunday at 1, right? Like you just love that. Like but when you can drop 70 points on somebody in the first hour of football,
yeah, that's got. But then Rennie was right there, and then he had a kicker that got 0, and he had Barkley who got like 6, and then he had Josh Allen who was not the same. I think that was. I don't know if you noticed this, but there were a lot of top tier quarterbacks that struggled, and then there were a lot of kind of late round people that didn't even get drafted that had blow up weeks.
Yeah, we might have to. We don't want to make any sweeping generalizations here after week 1, but we also have to. So, Josh, congratulations on your Miller Time Team of the Week. But we also have to hand out a Hillbilly Harrison Hillbilly of the Week. I think it's only fitting on his very first week.
I think I know where you're going with this.
That Andy get introduced to the Hillbilly way.
Okay.
And it's not just because he scored 57 points.
Yeah.
It is also because ESPN had him predicted to come in first.
Yeah.
And so what's more hillbilly than ESPN thinking you had a great draft, everybody thinking you're going to be so good, and then to come out and score 57 points. I think Hill had 57 points.
Yeah. Hey, I bought into it. I'm totally guilty. Yeah. I put on the write-up, raise those expectations to play off of his name, and I was wrong. So, yeah. Well, good job, Andy. If you're listening, you're a hillbilly.
Congratulations.
You're a hillbilly. You always have been. You always will be. Good job.
Yeah. So, all right. So, Dave, give me the rundown. What stood out to you in week 1 as we look back at our week 1 matchups?
I'll reiterate. I think it's Mahomes, Burrow, Josh Allen, even I don't know if you Hurts. Am I missing anybody? Like some of the 5 of the 6, I'll throw my guy Fields in there because he was kind of like touted as, he was at least top 10 for fantasy anyway, but all those guys struggled. And then you got guys like Brock Purdy and Mac Jones and Love from Green Bay that all lit it up and had good scores. So that was, I think that was sort of the story.
Also, like 5 of our teams scored anywhere between 87 and 92 points.
Yeah. Yeah, there was
what I mean? Like to be that close. I mean, it just a lot of low scores. I mean, obviously there was scores lower, there were scores higher, but almost half of our team was kind of right there in that 90 range.
Yeah, early on, I mean, and you knew it. Like it was Sunday afternoon, and I was like, there's only possibly 3 teams that could hit 100, and then it ended up only being 2. Like usually, but that with how many people, guys that people had left and how bad some of the first week 1 performances were, the first round, the 1 o'clock games, Yeah, some low scores, some easy wins for a few of you guys, which, hey, take them any way you can get them, right?
Yeah.
I was just seeing if I missed anybody on the.
Yeah, there's some brutal losses. Like, if you're junior, you got to
Yeah.
hate that loss.
Yeah, which is why I left him off my list, because, you lose like that, you can only go down.
Yeah. So do you take solace in scoring 90 points and losing in week 1?
No, it doesn't help, because it's not like that 90 is a big difference maker, in the standings. Like it puts me at the best of the losers, but it doesn't make me, it's not going to make me up any ground later. Yeah. And I think it was just, I played somebody that came in second, in the second highest point scorer. And I'm just looking, I don't know that it wasn't like I just missed it either. I didn't have anybody on my bench that I could have played. I didn't, I would have needed at least 2 guys to do way better, not just one.
Two guys, maybe if you would have had 2 guys that maybe you talked about in your segment last week.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I thought definitely one. I saw old Puka. I found my list because I couldn't even remember who it was. Yeah, Puka Nakua, my favorite name in all of the draft that didn't get drafted, had and I even said it wasn't just him though. There was another Rams guy, Tutu Atwell.
Yeah.
There's a name,
you
all about Tutu Atwell, I'm sure.
If you would have had Puka or Jason Bourne, I don't think Jason's his first name, but you know who I mean.
I do know who you. Yeah, I mean, Kendrick Bourne, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So
most of my other guys didn't quite do so. Didn't do a whole lot, but got some playing time.
Hey, it's still early. Nobody's out of it yet. Andy still has plenty of time to redeem himself. He does have a decent roster. Hurts is going to do better.
Yeah.
And so, but we do have a power rankings, and so Dave and I collaborated on this blind. Okay, we both vote. And then we compile that special algorithm that we use. So just as a reminder, and this is only for Adam because he's the only one that cares. If Dave and I vote and someone ends up tied with someone else, and the way that it works out, the winner goes to who has the most overall points. And so right now that's pretty simple, but as we tally points, they mean a lot for standings and for tiebreakers in general, but that's what we use for the power rankings, as Dave and I are the only 2 that are voting on it. So first, easy, Ratty came out and did really well. 109 points, led by Tua and Tyreek, and that's just going to be, we're going to hear that all season long, man. That's going to be, I think that he's going to enjoy watching that. But then right after him, picking up right where he left off last year, Big Lee, and easily could have slotted himself first, if not for, I'll say this, Lee's team, the most well-rounded after just 1 week.
Okay, I can give you that.
Double digits from lots of guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Josh's did great.
Yeah.
2 guys
lead
the way.
Yeah.
For Lee to score 106 and get 15 from Goff just tells you, and not to have more than 18 points from anybody on his team tells you how well-rounded he was. But Lee did great, so he's number 2 in the power rankings. I hate saying this guy's name because he seems like he's always up there. Travis, number 3. Travis never talks in chat.
So did you have him 3 too as well?
Yeah.
Okay. And even though he didn't score as much as the next person, but I feel like you score 90 and you don't get a good performance out of Mahomes, you're still setting you up pretty well.
There's a lot of different factors that go into power ranking voting. Yeah. And so
that was my rationale. I was like, he scored 90, he's right up there, and Mahomes only, kind of laid an egg. So not really an egg. He still had it. But you know what I mean.
Travis doesn't say a word in chat except for when it's time to vote. He doesn't. I don't think he said a word at the draft except for drafting his team and handing out pamphlets. And but he's always up at the top. So gotta watch out for Travis.
Actually, did Mahomes actually get 24 points? Why?
A quiet 24.
Yeah, that's pretty bad when I consider that. It just seemed like he struggled, but I guess he didn't. Compared to the rest of the league. But you know what I mean. Since he's good for 35 a lot of weeks.
So in fourth place is Adam. You and I differed a little bit on this. I was not real high on Adam. Just I don't know. I like going into the season, I thought that he'd had better drafts in the past, but he'll prove me wrong. I got no problem saying that.
Yeah.
But he's in fourth place in our power rankings. Dave, you are in fifth place in our power rankings because I had you ranked way higher than you had yourself.
Yeah. I did not. Yeah.
Yep. So, and then I'm in sixth, which is exactly where I sit in this. No, I'm in fifth in the standings, sixth in the power rankings. Well deserved. It's all smoke and mirrors, brother. So we got Rennie in seventh place in the power rankings. Tough for a loss for Rennie, but still got close to 90. Played the guy that scored the most. That's always tough. You and Rennie both bad draws week one, but Ed in eighth, Brennan in ninth, and Junior in 10th. I know that you think differently about him. You probably would have liked to see Bad beat Brian there, but
when you get down that far,
we can't even see him down there, right?
Yeah, they're so far down. I had a reason, and I can't remember exactly.
Well, because he lost by so little points.
Yeah.
You thought that was pathetic.
So if you don't win that, then you're going to lose some where you really deserve to lose. Maybe that's that one he could have gone either way. He changed his name. That's a big kicker for me. So
you find that one semi-sacrilegious?
Yeah, so people say, hey, I'm getting off all weekend. Like they use that phrase, hey, I'm off all weekend. I don't have to work. Yeah. I don't know that I've ever what do you do? What's the real definition of being off all church service? We'll leave that for Junior.
Yeah.
Junior's also, he's kind of got Eckler banged up. Pachinko didn't get a lot of carries for Kansas City compared to they're going to split that up a lot. Burrow really struggled. Hopefully that's, for us Bengals fans, that's not a pattern. But yeah, he's got and he'll probably be fine, but and Elliott is on he got 2 carries, but yeah, he did have some, a lot of bench points, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's our power rankings. Week one, they're sure to change. A lot will change just after week 2. But Dave, what'd you think about Monday Night Football?
Wow. Yeah, I actually got to watch because we were done, and I wasn't distracted because we had no internet in the room, so it was watch TV or do nothing. And so I sitting there, oh, this is gonna be a good game, And then all of a sudden, bam.
It actually turned out to be a great game, but it's
if you're a Rodgers fan or just a football historian fan, it's like, man, this could have been his go to another team, and really it was just brutal. It was sad. It was
dang like, turf fields.
The Hard Knocks curse. I don't know what you want to,
Yeah.
It's like he was so hyped up by having all that screen time on Hard Knocks, talking about seeing UFOs, and then bam, Achilles.
Yeah.
I don't know what he does. Does he play next year? Why would he? I mean it's a lot of rehab.
It's at least 12 months rehab. So he wouldn't be ready for the start of the season next year, even if he did it.
Why? And if you're if you're the Jets, you got to move on. You got to figure out what you got. You can't, like, what do you wait around a year and a half and then let him come back? I mean, it's such a tough spot. Like, and you know, poor Zach Wilson, he's got more talent, but he was a backup all through camp and comes in and
dude, that he won the game for real.
You know,
that defense is for real.
Yeah. I mean, Josh helped him out a bit, but they should have won. They lose Aaron Rodgers the first, second play, whatever. You got to win that game.
Did you see a couple of the runs that Josh Allen did where he didn't even attempt to get down?
Yeah.
Like,
he just.
Like, what are you
doing?
He's a
big boy, though. I'm not super. It was almost like when Roethlisberger used to run. It's like he wasn't getting hurt. You know, he hurt people.
Yeah.
I don't. And some of those throws, I felt like he just was trying. It was the first game. He's had success with some of those before, and it just didn't go his way. You know, long punts. One was a long punt. The other one in the end zone is a touchback. That's a killer. But I mean, he'll be fine. He'll bounce back.
Yeah.
But that was a tough loss for Buffalo, and a big win for the Jets. That's for certain.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully the Bengals can bounce back.
They just well, I mean, I guess we should have saw it coming. Like,
yeah, when you don't practice all training
how many
camp.
preseasons has Burrow missed, and then they've been sluggish the first couple weeks. It's like, I don't know why we thought this would be different, but it was not different. It was he couldn't. They were all they did was dump offs, hardly anything downfield. You know, Higgins disappeared. He like, I didn't get to watch the second half because I was driving. Higgins. Were any of the balls in the second half that he didn't get? Were they close? Were they his fault? Were they? Because I didn't.
They were really physical with him, and you know, close. You know what I mean? A couple of them you wish maybe you get a call on or something. You know what I mean? But also he had a chance to catch a couple balls that he didn't. I mean, they would have been tough catches, but.
Then why was Chase not getting the ball? Like,
he got the ball some, but nothing like.
So DraftKings had this like boost of plus 100 if both Jefferson and Chase got 50 yards. That's like no brainer, right?
Right.
He ends with 33.
Dude, Justin Jefferson had 50 yards within the first 2 minutes of that game.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. They didn't say combined whatever. You know, they both had to get 50. Didn't happen. Yeah. Sorry,
Dave.
Yeah, I know.
So, all right. Well, what do you got for this week?
I don't have a whole lot, so let's just go through. You know, I haven't had internet. Well, I've been in a car since Sunday, and no internet, so we can just go through.
Well, we're gonna run through the matchups. You go ahead and start. I gotta get another drink, and I'll catch you in a second.
Okay. Well, then we have to start with whoever's in first, which is my tradition. So we'll go Ratty versus Heim Time. So tough draw maybe for Brian after a loss last week, and he's projected to not win again. But the thing he's got going for him is, I mean, Lamar had a kind of a down week, but don't they face the Bengals? Is it Baltimore? Is that right? So I guess Brian's hoping for a shootout, you know, a Burrow Jackson, you know, 3 touchdowns apiece kind of thing. For Ratty, more of the same. It's going to be a lot of Miami players. So I think that's what
you think New England can slow Miami down?
Although Belichick sure likes to take away, but if he takes away Hill, then Waddle's still there, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
All right. So who you got up next?
Let's go with Lee versus Rennie. Lee coming off a big win. Now look at this projection here.
Yeah.
So I think they believe in Josh Allen because they got ESPN has Rennie at 104 and Lee at 98, which we know. But
yeah. So Lee went with Goff last minute. You know, brilliant move, because if he would have had Aaron Rodgers in there, that would have really hurt his bottom line.
Would he have still won 19? Did I lose by? I lost by 16 and Goff had 19. Yeah, that was a big difference.
Yeah. That would have been a different. But the question I was going to get at is, do you think that Lee rolls with Goff the whole season?
No. But, I mean, Carr was pretty mediocre as well. But I think,
yeah,
I don't know. That's the thing. When you don't spend a lot of draft capital on quarterbacks, then you just kind of mix and match and stream, unless you just catch, lightning in a bottle. And I don't know, did somebody draft Purdy?
He might not need a quarterback all season with his wide receivers.
Yeah, no, I mean that's true. Yeah, no, that is. I mean, he went. He was. I think I remember bringing up that he went with White and Connor, and it really seemed like he had targeted those two.
Yeah,
I was going to see what they did last week. They had 11 combined points, so that wasn't why he won. So we'll see if the running back spot ends up being he got a guy that I wanted, but the other Atlanta guy I kind of wanted on my team with the rookie, that Tyler Algier, and he got him and he blew up week 1. But it's going to be hard to, they're going to give the rookie a lot, but who knows? I mean, it could end up being a B kind of thing, and he could be serviceable. So, and then, so he's got plenty of running back choices. So, the Kansas City, he's going to keep all 3 of those wide receivers in. So he doesn't even need any wide receivers on his bench until the bye week.
No.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, that'll be, I think Lee will put up a fight. That'll be a good one, especially if Josh Allen can score 2 touchdowns at least and be back to normal.
Well, and Rennie with Josh Allen does not want to go 0-2.
Yeah. So let's jump to Brennan versus Travis. One odd thing, every matchup is 1-0 versus 0-1.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You love those paradigms.
Yeah. So I mean, it doesn't have to work out that way, obviously, but it did. So we got a lot of chances for people to get to even and chances, so we'll see. That'll be good. So, but okay, Travis versus Brennan. You got, obviously he's going to play Mahomes, and boy, McCaffrey really strong out of the gate.
So yeah, San Francisco looks really good.
Yeah. So I mean, that's Travis could definitely be onto something there.
This looks lopsided, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of looking like that because he's got Waddle, who obviously teams, if they didn't already know who Tyreek Hill was, they're going to be paying attention to him.
Yeah.
I don't know about, Chicago. I'm hoping their offense gets a little better week 2, and the wide receiver. I used to love having Lockett on my team. So I think Travis he's got a good shot here. Looking at Brendan, Watson looked bad, but he still ended up with, a few points versus the Bengals, decent. But he did not look great. It wasn't, but I feel like he's going to have weeks where both Henry and Chubb do really well.
Well, I was going to say, time. As bad as Watson looked, Chubb looked that good.
Chubb's a beast, man. That guy, you just give him the ball and good things happen. But yeah, so it does seem a little lopsided because of that. But Henry and Chubb could both get 25, 30 and keep it close, or maybe old Brennan runs away with it.
Yeah. All right, where are we at next?
We're going to Adam.
All right, versus me. Guys, a big week 2 matchup.
I know. I push a button. It says, set the schedule. It changed,
and Adam's everything. Already playing mind games with us. He's not telling you who he's starting at tight end.
Yeah, I wish I Wish I had a choice.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to have to. Who posted that? You?
Junior.
About Waller?
Junior did.
I didn't even see that. Like, that was I had no intention of drafting Waller until I mean, I pretty much made up my mind. I was going to pick Alexander Mattison there, and right before me, Josh took him, and then I was like, there weren't any running backs I wanted, so I'm like, off script, go with Waller, and now it's probably going to backfire.
Waller was a non-participant at Wednesday's practice. Dan Duggan of the Athletic reports.
You know what? I might not be too upset that I can start old Njoku. I like Njoku, and he gets to play Monday night, so that'll give me some points left on Monday night.
Okay.
So,
there you go. I love to hear it.
I don't think it's going to be my tight end that is the difference here. I think I'm going to need Fields to get at least 25 and run for about 10 of those points, and I need Robinson and Pierce to step up a little bit. A big game from Devontae Smith this week is what I need, and then things will fall into place. But we'll see. What's Adam got going on? He's got Herbert, who's solid, Mixon, who's good, Cook. The whole Buffalo kind of struggled.
But
Diggs still got his.
He had 100 yards and a touchdown though. What Diggs did?
Diggs did, yeah.
Yeah. Cook had 12 attempts, 46 yards, some passing yards. So
ended up with 6, which is serviceable. Yeah. But you always worry that when you're at the goal line that Allen's going to run him in. But he got a good.
Herbert got 22. I'm sure that he wished, and you got 17 out of Fields. Both of you would like more quarterback play.
Yeah. That's why you pick him early for a reason. He, his rookie, Minnesota must be able to handle multiple wide receivers, keeping them happy.
Yeah,
he was good.
Isn't it just like Adam to find a diamond in the rough like that?
Yeah, no. And Dobbs came out strong. He's thought he was hurt. And now he's still got a question mark next to his name, but it doesn't seem to matter.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think some things have to go right for both of us to get to 100. But if whoever does, gonna have a good chance. You want to go with you?
All right, let's do it.
You and Junior.
So I'll just let you know now. This may not be accurate. I think I've got 8 waiver things in right now. We'll see what happens. So
I don't have any, but I haven't had a chance to even look at it. But and I don't generally like to get rid of anybody after the first week because I usually am too addicted to my draft. But
what if their name was Wilson Jr. or
That's true. Why do you still have him on your team?
What if their name was Adam Thielen?
Yeah, that's true. Where are we at here? I was looking at your team.
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I gave you a rough time about the old quarterback running back, but they seemed fine. What do you think about how much action Dalvin Cook got?
You know what? He looked good in spurts. Obviously, if they get one in the end zone there, it makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah. Your prospects with Penny got a little better?
It did, yes. You know what? The funny thing is, this won't come out till Thursday, so it doesn't even matter. I was going to drop Penny because I was like, what in the world is this? Like, he's a healthy non-starter. Is he never going to get a chance? And then you can tell me the name. Who's the running back that Gainwell gets a rib injury, and so now they're saying he's out and that Rashard's going to get a chance. So all it takes is 1 week if he plays well.
Although, is it him or Swift? Because Swift's there too. I don't know.
But I mean, it's better than it was a week ago when he didn't even play.
Yeah. But
so he's worth keeping on my bench for another week to see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you pretty much unless you find out that he's going to get a lot of carries, Cook's got too much of a track record to probably take out.
I trust the Jets are going to run the ball a lot. especially now.
Especially now. Yeah, that's true.
So I think that you're going to get a heavy dose of. I mean, it wasn't like watching. Did you watch the whole Jets game?
Mm-hmm.
The young kid, in his second year, the running back,
Breece Hall looked pretty good.
Yeah, he's super quick, right? But the thing is, he runs for like 50 yards on a run, and then he's got to come out and get a breath, and then they put Dalvin in.
So you should get at least one where he runs 79 yards, gets knocked out at the end zone, tired, and Cook comes in for an easy score.
Well, and he's coming off of that injury, so they're going to be. I mean, he got a lot of snaps. Bryce Hall got a lot of snaps, but Dalvin got plenty of touches.
Yeah.
So
you think you think Kirk and Ingram will bounce back? Or are you punting on them too?
If I can get better options at both of those spots, I'll take it.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think that Ridley's probably now there's going to be a game where Kirk scores 20, right? That's going to happen. But I think there's probably better wide receiver options out there. I think there's, tight end. I picked my tight end like 14th or 15th round, so it doesn't really matter. But.
So then your opponent, Junior, you got to hope for a bounce back game for Burrow. Eckler's banged up. Don't know what's going to happen there.
Well, I got to hope for a lot of Burrow to Chase touchdowns, not a lot of Burrow to Higgins touchdowns.
Yeah. He doesn't have Higgins.
No, I'm just saying that I have Chase.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Listen here. What are you talking about, moron?
But you got to think Garrett Wilson takes a hit with Zach Wilson throwing it to him now instead of.
Although he caught that touchdown.
Yeah, did you see that? 9 times out of 10, that doesn't get caught with bouncing around his hands.
Not if you're a Bengals fan, it doesn't get caught. That's for sure.
Yeah. I still think Sutton's got, until Judy comes back, I think he's got a chance to do pretty well. But yeah, I think you both need to improve.
I would look at Junior's team and think he's got to score better than he did.
Yeah.
Burrow's not going to get 4 points again. So I just got to hope that some of his other guys struggle.
So that
Eckler, I think, is going to. Eckler could explode this week. So
he might not play.
Well, that would be good news for me.
Yeah, he's banged up. He didn't practice, I don't think. So,
if he's got to play Pacheco, that would be good news for me.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's going to be anybody with Chiefs is tough because, I mean, you saw what was it? Because Darius Toney had a bunch of drops, but he'll have a week where he catches 5. Who knows?
Yeah.
They got so many guys. They're all have talent, or they wouldn't be there. And Mahomes loves to throw the ball to 500 different people and different directions and underhanded and behind his back. And it's just going to be hard to pick week after week.
Yeah.
Until Kelsey gets back, who do you start? Any of them.
All right.
One more game left.
More?
We got Lumberjacks versus our Hillbilly.
Lumberjacks?
And look at this. Look at this projection. They still love him. Look at Andy's projection. Freaking 105. He only got, that's like half double what he got. But he's got. You look at his team. Look at
some of these names.
Yeah,
Hurts,
Jacobs, should bounce
Walker,
back.
Adams.
Jacobs had a bad week. He should bounce back. All these guys. He was projected high for a reason. Adams is there. Mike Williams, Pittman did have a good week, and it's going to be hard to know with Matt Richardson whether he's going to throw enough. But and Kittle is good. There's no reason why he can't do with it.
Yeah. But I mean, and this is also true. Ed's not playing Junior, so I'm not texting him anymore to tell him to start people and that people are injured. So, Ed, you're on your own from now on.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I would text Ed if he was playing Junior, if he maybe had somebody in his lineup, but I mean.
So you're not going to mention to Ed that he's got a doubtful guy right now in his starting lineup?
No, I would. If he was playing Junior. Absolutely. From now on, no.
Is it because Junior is an a-hole?
Yeah, he likes to hit that a-hole. What? Is that what you said?
He likes it. But you know what Ed did?
He hits in the
So Ed's he's one of the few, if you look up and down most of our lineups, that has sort of fallen into a running back like logjam of good. He's got Pollard and Stevenson, and now Dillon is probably going to get the start because Jones came up hurt. So he's got 3 startable. Heck, even Mostert is, thanks to your guy getting hurt, might get some more carries. But yeah, so Ed's got some depth. And I don't know, is Kelce back, or is he more than 1 week?
I don't know yet.
Yeah,
questionable.
So,
questionable is what they said.
This could actually be a big, like, both these guys could vie for high points after struggling,
Well, not if Ed doesn't get in and fix his lineup. But
that's true. Ed, well, he's not watching.
That'd be a lot to ask for.
He doesn't even know we do this.
Ed, if you're watching, Andy, if you really love Ed, text him and tell him, fix your lineup.
He doesn't.
No. So, oh, Dave, it's good to be back.
Yeah, I'm, win or lose, it's still fun to do this.
Yeah.
To see your bright, shining, beer drinking face.
Yeah.
And
so
once a week.
So you're saying that your philosophy when it comes to, I mean, here we are, we're only 1 week in. Your philosophy on waiver wire is you want to hold that as long as possible.
No, not necessarily. I try my best not to panic and make any decision, like unless somebody's hurt or
I wanted them panicking, Dave.
I just don't like to get rid of anybody after the first week that I drafted, because I usually draft them I didn't draft them for week 1, any of my bench guys. I drafted them for week 4, 5, or 6.
Let's say after round 6, you checked out.
About 8 or 9 of you guys, you're jumping on the waiver wire because you pick guys that you shouldn't have picked. But and I, it could very well be that I picked guys I shouldn't have picked, but I picked them for later in the season, and so if I drop them now, I don't have them later in the season.
You know who I picked for later in the season?
Who?
Taylor.
You're gonna win a week because of him. You know that, don't you? You're gonna hold on to him. And didn't they say they agreed to trades now? They're back to agreeing to trades, but they don't want to trade him. But they'll agree to, but they don't want to.
He said that he's healthy and ready to practice.
Practice.
So I don't
for Indy or for anybody.
I was reading some things that made it seem like that he might suit up for Indy this year.
Okay.
But if he ended up in Miami,
he just wants to get paid.
But if he ended up in Miami, I would not be upset.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah, they kind of need somebody.
Yeah. But
so who else got hurt besides, Baltimore's guy got hurt.
I do not want him going. I don't want him going to Green Bay. And I don't want him going to Baltimore.
Yeah, no. That's not good. But yeah, there was some. Were there any wide receiver major injury?
Wide receiver major injuries?
Not remembering.
There probably is a couple. I don't remember seeing anybody.
Yeah, not as big news as Rodgers and Dobbins. Not that Dobbins is a big name, but it was a big injury.
Jamar Chase's pride got hurt.
Burrow's pride and
man. Yeah, I mean, here was the thing. So you watched the whole Bengals game or no?
No, I only watched the first half. Then I had to head to Indy.
So in the fourth quarter, in the 12 possessions we had the ball and punted, there was 4 times where we had 4th and 1, where we could have went for it, knowing that we got to do something here, and we don't, and then we end up going for it on 4th and 6 with 3 minutes left, and Burrow gets sacked on the play. It was just the most Bengals thing that we could do. You know what I mean? We're just what? We're not getting anything going. We've punted 17 times. We got 4th and 1 because old Bengals made a really bad call on 2nd and 3rd down to get us in this position. Go for it now. Like what?
Did the
what's
Bengals
gonna hurt? Like,
did they win the turnover battle? Were there fumble? Did Bengals have a fumble or a pick? I don't. Because I know Watson had both.
Yeah, we didn't. Oh, we had to win the turnover battle because I don't think that I don't think that Burrow threw any picks.
We just punted a lot.
we
if you're
in
Pat
the first
McAfee, you love that game.
In the first half, he punted the ball like 7 times. They thought about having to go get that Chrisman kid back from Lawrenceburg because this kid was just tired.
Yeah. And some of it'd be like 3rd and 7 and they'd throw a screen pass to like in the first half that I was watching and it would go for 5 and then they'd punt. Like, I don't know where Boyd was. I don't know where Irv Smith was for, in the middle of the field.
And then there's some truth.
Mixon was trying. He was running hard.
But don't you think you miss a Hayden Hurst there?
He had a good game. You see?
Yeah. But don't you think that like sometimes you let go of fringe players and you're just like, oh, I'm not gonna. It's like, man, that dude was a beast.
Well, in their defense, they didn't has he caught a ball yet, even in practice from Burrow? Like, Burrow didn't practice.
Yeah.
And so that might have been some of their first balls thrown to each other. They hopefully this week they're getting some good practice in, but he didn't even, he doesn't know how the ball even comes out. Doesn't know how it spirals and comes towards him. But that doesn't explain why he wasn't in sync with Higgins and Chase, because they should just wake up in sync. But
yeah.
Oh well. Well,
all right.
Good luck week 2.
Yeah. Dave, great to see you again. You get some rest.
Yeah.
They gonna make you work tomorrow after this whole big week of traveling and everything?
We'll see. It's kind of we'll see if I go in. I probably will, but not for a whole day, probably.
All right. Well, hope you enjoy your weekend. Houday, go Bengals. Hope all of you 0-1 guys lose again. I like separation.
Junior.
Yeah.
You're an a-hole.
Yeah. All right. You guys have a good weekend and good luck in week 2. We'll see you all next time. Thanks, Dave.
Bye.